Razaban from FightHype.com. I bumped into him again. OD, the current super lightweight WBC silver champion, Ohara Davies. What's going on?
No, I'm out here looking for Floyd, you know. I'm out here looking for Floyd. I'm currently looking for Floyd and I'm inside, but I couldn't see him. So.
We're in your court in England. I don't think Floyd Mayweather is going to be in your court in England.
He was at the O2 the other day, so I thought if he's at the O2, why can't he be at your court?
Valid point, valid point. But unfortunately, Floyd's currently in Russia.
Yeah. Russia?
Russia, yeah. He's going to continue his European tour.
I'm going to get my PA to book me a flight to Russia tomorrow. So let me know where he's at. Nah, I'm playing with you. Just out here enjoying the show. Next generation, you know, coming to show all my support for Craig Richards, who's trained by Peter Sims, and you know he's like the next big thing. Just come to show some support for him.
I want to go back about a week and a bit, where a certain video that we did together went viral on the internet. But a lot of people don't know that we actually spoke before that video happened, and how you were talking about Floyd and how you respect him and how you look up to him, and then you went to take a photograph, and then an incident took place. Just want to remind everybody what happened when you were lining up to take a photograph with Floyd.
What happened when I lined up to take a photograph with Floyd, and he was there. So then he had a few other people there that knew who I was, and they were like, yeah, Floyd, he's a WBC silver champion, he's like the next big thing, blah blah. And Floyd was like, yeah, how much you weigh? I was like, I weigh 140. And he was like, well, you know, we got Ohara Davies, you know, he weighs 130, but he's a world champion, blah blah blah. He can do all this, he can do that. So I was just like, cool, like he's Floyd, I respect Floyd so much. So I didn't want to disrespect him or start arguing with him or nothing like that. And then he was like, well, we got my man Ashley here, you know, we got Ashley Fairpin, you can find Ashley, blah blah blah. And then, you know, he was just saying all that, but he's Floyd, like I've got respect for him, so I didn't want to say anything to him. So afterwards, he's doing his little talk thing, and then I'm sat there, and then I'm thinking, like, nah, I felt disrespected. Like, it took a while until it all sank in what he'd actually said, and I felt so like disrespected.
Which part of you felt was disrespectful?
When he's trying to compare me to a fighter that weighs 130 pounds. It don't matter if he's a world champion. World champions get beat. World champions do get beat. So you know, like, so afterwards, like, you helped me get backstage where I see him, and I said I got a problem with what you said, you know, and I did have a problem with what he said, and then I thought I'm gonna confront him because I felt disrespected, and I'm not gonna go home knowing that Floyd said that to me, and I'm not gonna sleep well. I knew that I'm not gonna sleep well if I go home knowing that he said that to me and I didn't retaliate. And I see him backstage, I'm like, I've got a problem with what you said. And he was like, well, he's a world champion. He's the youngest world champion. It don't matter. The youngest world champion can get beat. Like Ohara Davies, he's fighting Liam Moore, so obviously he's got to focus on that fight. I'm like, Floyd, whatever fighter you've got that weighs 140 pounds, I will fight and I will beat. And that's really what I want, because I'm still angry. I feel like I haven't got my own back in him yet. So I'm still quite annoyed. So I want to fight one of his fighters that weigh 140 pounds. Any of them that weigh 140 pounds, I'll take him on. Or if Ohara Davies if he wants to come up one other 2 weight classes, then we can fight. But he's not going to do that. He's got his fight to focus on. I'm getting back into training in 3 days, so you know, it can happen. Anyone Floyd's got that weighs 140 pounds, let's get it on. Like,
what did you make of Floyd when he came up to you and he said, well, I'm going to try to say exactly the same words that he used, which were, you know, and that was when he used the word motherfucker, and he said, well, Gervonta's is the world champion, you know, and then he talked about how Gervonta was the youngest world champion, and then Floyd's tone. Did you find that disrespectful?
He's broken records. He's the youngest world champion. It don't matter. It don't matter. He's the youngest world champion. It don't matter. Yes, I'm happy for him. He's a world champ. You can't take that away from him. But he's the only world champion that Floyd's got. Betty Jack vacated it, so the only world champion that Floyd's got is that Ohara Davies. So Floyd's like got his head up his ass. I reckon Floyd's got his head up his ass. He's the only world champion he's got, and Floyd's just put all of his eggs into one basket, disregarded all his other fighters. All his other fighters are fighting on these shows that, like, you don't even see them. Like, I'm not hearing about any of his other guys apart from Badri Jack and that Ohara Davies. I'm not hearing of anyone else that Floyd signed. So I feel like he's kind of disregarded everyone else, and he's got his head up his ass. So I'm like, you know, that's why I just felt quite disrespected about what he done.
So when at that moment I stopped obviously recording because Floyd went away. But something else happened. You then continued to go outside towards Floyd's car.
So we went outside. So Floyd went outside and he went to the car, and I'm trying to go to my car because I was parked around there too. And then we had another argument again, but this one wasn't caught on tape. And he was like, hey, what champion are you again? I was like, WBC silver. He was like, from what I know, the WBC only comes in gold. Well, I'm like, I'm ranked above all of your fighters. I'm the IB, I think I'm ranked number 9. After my last fight, I'll probably be ranked number 6 once they update their rankings. WBC, I'm ranked number 10 in the WBC. I'm ranked above all of his other fighters. So, you know, I could only beat who they put in front of me. You know, so he tried to discredit what I've achieved. Yes, the WBC silver isn't the WBC world champions, but it's a stepping stone. That is a stepping stone, and that's what I fought for to get me into the rankings. That got me into the IBF rankings and into the WBC rankings, above all of his other fighters that Floyd has, that have been pros for since 2008, since 2002. I turned pro in 2014. I'm already ranked above them. So I felt like he tried to discredit me because I'm not signed to him. The only people that Floyd says good things about are people that are signed to him. And yes, I reckon in the ring, Floyd's the best. He is TBE, the best ever. But outside the ring, Floyd, outside the ring, he's a bit weird.
I was reading through the comments, and there were 2 different types of people we found. We found some people who said, well, Ohara Davies, you know, you stood up to Floyd Mayweather, very gutsy, you know, you big up to Ohara Davies. And then you had the other side of people saying, well, who is Ohara Davies? And then someone commented, and then a few people commented on when you said, in 140, I'm the man. And then others were commenting and said, well, if they looked at the rankings, the man was probably Terence Crawford. But what do you have to say to those people who said, well, you're not the man at 140?
We all know Terence Crawford is the man, and I respect him. I will never say anything bad about Terence Crawford. He is the current world champion. When I said I'm the man, I wasn't including Terence. I wasn't including him. I was more talking about me and the fighters that he signed, the fighters that he's got at 140. What I was trying to get at is, let me fight one of your fighters that weigh 140 pounds, or if Davis wants to come up in weight, we can do this at 140 pounds. So in that sense, I was saying at 140, I'm the man. I wasn't even though it might have seemed like I meant everyone. I didn't mean everyone. We got Ricky Burns, who trains in my gym. We know we got the same coach. He's the WBA world champion, so he's ranked above me. So I will never say I'm the man, because that's implying that I'm past Ricky Burns and Terence Crawford, which that's not what I was implying. In regards to, you know, Terence Crawford, he is the man at 140. But then again, I'm on the come up, and you know, I've got big fights coming up soon, and I am working my way up to that shot. And you know, that's where I want to be. I want to be where he is right now. He is the man at 140, but that's what I'm coming for.